Violent Night. Trailer, release date, cast, and everything we know so far. In spite of how much we like good old Saint Nick, the untraditional portrayals of him in movies are almost always more attractive. This is the reason why David Harbour's portrayal of Santa will blow your mind. Violent Night is a film that will be released over the holiday season. It is a darker and more exciting take on the happy celebration, in which a badass version of Father Christmas kills wicked people. In spite of the fact that it is going to be very twisted and violent, it is all in keeping with the Yuletide spirit.
I gotta watch.
Santa Claus saves the day and Christmas from a squad of mercenaries who assault the estate of a rich family in the film Violent Night, which was directed by Tommy Wirkola and written by Pat Casey and Josh Miller. From The Santa Claus starring Tim Allen, to Bad Santa starring Kurt Russell, to The Christmas Chronicles starring both of them, we have seen Santa Claus in a variety of guises, and the fact that he isn't always pleasant is what makes these kinds of movies so thrilling. This feature of St. Nicholas is elevated to a whole new level in Violent Night. This edgy comedy will be released on December 2nd, 2022, and it should absolutely be on your list of movies to see during the holidays. So keep watching, because in this video, you will learn about the storyline, trailer, release date, cast and characters, and everything else related to Violent Night.
Time for some season's beatings.
Trailer for the Violent Night. The official trailer for Violent Night has finally been made available online after a protracted period of anticipation on the part of fans. We are going to be very honest with you and tell you that you do not want to be on this Santa's naughty list, because he does not just punish wicked people with a lump of coal. What he really does is a lot more harmful, and it is exactly what they have coming to them. It's like seeing Die Hard except with Santa Claus instead of John McClane. Even though the trailer gives away a significant portion of the story, the most entertaining aspect of the film will be seeing David Harbour display all of his action prowess while simultaneously portraying the most loving and endearing legendary character conceivable. When Santa witnesses an innocent family being attacked, he responds by opening fire and battling with all of his might. Additionally, he sets everything ablaze. As you can see, the movie's title accurately describes the film's plot. This Santa is all about good karma in an instant. The teaser trailer unequivocally demonstrates that this comedy action picture is going to be jam-packed with exciting scenes and sequences, which will make it a scrumptious and delectable gift for the Christmas season. Who is in the cast of The Violent Night? The film Violent Night has a large cast, with David Harbour taking the lead role of Father Noel himself. Other actors include John Leguizamo, Beverly D'Angelo, Alex Hassel, Alexis Louder, Cam Gigandet, Eddie Patterson, and Andre Erickson also appear in the film in a variety of roles with him. In the enthralling Christmas narrative told by Harbour, Santa is shown not as the elusive mythological person that he is traditionally thought to be, but as someone who is very genuine. And he has the superhuman ability to fight. Starring alongside Leguizamo and D'Angelo, the film also features Alex Hassel as Gertrude's son Skylar, who brings his wife and daughter to spend Christmas at the family estate, and Alexis Louder as Skylar's estranged wife Margie Matthews, who also comes to spend the holidays there so their daughter can have a good one. Who is the director of the movie Violent Night? Tommy Wirkola, a filmmaker born in Norway who previously helmed the zombie film Dead Snow and its sequel Dead Snow 2, Red vs. Dead, is at the helm of Violent Night. Wirkola is no stranger to the combination of snow and blood, since he also directed both of those films. Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters, and The Trip are two other movies that have been credited to Wirkola. What exactly is the plot of Violent Night? This fabled narrative about Santa Claus is retold in a manner that is gritty and action-packed in the film Violent Night. This is not your typical, cheery, happy Christmas tale, as seen by the title, but it is nevertheless a narrative about Christmas in its own way. It is the evening before Christmas, and Santa Claus is hurrying to fulfill his yearly obligation of delivering presents to the children on his pleasant list. But he had no idea that his work would be disrupted by a gang of thugs, who would then make a violent mess of the evening that he had so carefully planned. As soon as he arrives at the house of a child whose name appears on that list, he discovers that wicked individuals armed with guns are surrounding him, and he is immediately assaulted. First, all he wants to do is quietly slip away and get on with the rest of his night, but the people who attacked him won't let him leave without a fight. Now, Santa shows you a part of his personality that you have never seen before and could not have ever guessed existed in him. The mercenaries in issue are demanding a large ransom in exchange for keeping the home and the people living inside as hostages. But what they don't realize is that their violent deed will be repaid appropriately, as Father Christmas takes them on with all of his magical abilities, pulling them down one by one. Even when the brightest day of the year takes a turn for the worst, it is certain that everything is going to work out in the end because Santa will, once again, make Christmas a very joyous occasion. Well, not so if you're one of the evil ones. Who are the people responsible for creating Violent Night? Violent Night is the work of the Norwegian filmmaker Tommy Wirkola, who is known for reimagining well-known stories as tense and perilous thrillers with a contemporary backdrop, as is the case with this film. Consider the film Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters as an example. The majority of Wirkola's prior works, including the spoof of Kill Bill titled Kill Buljo, the Norwegian comedy horror series Dead Snow and its sequel titled Dead Snow 2 Red vs. Dead, What Happened to Monday, and The Trip have contributed to the director's widespread notoriety. In addition to that, he is planning to write and direct his next movie, which is going to be titled Spermageddon and released in 2023. The script for the comedic thriller was written by the writing team of Pat Casey and Josh Miller, who are best known for their work on the live-action animation adventure series Sonic the Hedgehog and its sequel. David Leitch, Kelly McCormick, and Guy Danella are the three people responsible for producing 87 North Productions' new movie, Violent Night. This is the same production firm that was responsible for making Nobody and Bullet Train. It seems that the new movie will also have a plot that is driven by high-octane action, much as those other films did. A realistic and gritty Christmas film. There is nothing novel about grim and gritty Christmas films. In recent years, there has been a rise in the number of films like this, such as Krampus and several adaptations of Black Christmas. These movies are distinct from others since, in most cases, they do not include any supernatural aspects. Instead, it is an all-too-human force that is putting a damper on the festivities for everyone. In the scenario involving Krampus, Santa Claus is most certainly not the villain when the supernatural is involved. One of the films that come to mind that is most analogous to Violent Night is Bad Santa, directed by Billy Bob Thornton and released in 2003. Like Violent Night, Bad Santa takes a take on Santa Claus that isn't quite kid-friendly. On the other hand, it merely featured Thornton in the role of a mall Santa and not the actual Santa Claus. On TV, we've never seen the actual Santa Claus enacting an extremely severe kind of payback. It's possible to make the case that Santa isn't the villain in this scenario, since he's exacting retribution on the people who broke into his house. But it doesn't make the shocking violence any less present. It is possible that the combination of these components will assist Violent Night in becoming a lasting Christmas classic in its own right. Tell us in the comments below how eager you are for Violent Night, and whether or not you think the trailer will affect your opinion of Santa once you've seen it. Thanks for watching this video. Click the subscribe button, and see you in the next video.
That's what I want for Christmas.